So in your speech, you mentioned the threat of people losing their jobs through technological progress. And in recent years, we've seen the rise of populists running on a platform of protecting people whose jobs are threatened by this technological progress. How do you suppose that governments and businesses, I guess, might be able to tackle these issues whilst preventing entrepreneurship from being sacrificed?
I think we have to look to the future, not to the past. I think we need to protect jobs, but not jobs of the past. If a job is going to be threatened by a technology, it is going to be replaced sooner or later. The later you let it happen by artificial means will only make your country fall behind countries that are willing to take the big hit right now. So I think a proactive government should support technology, let the jobs that need to be replaced, but put programs in place that create other jobs that are longer lasting and sustainable and help the transition and the social welfare and the support and the retraining so that a very good transition of the workforce takes place. Not simple preservation of the old jobs. If a job is meant to be gone, it's better to let it be gone right now and get to the efficient technological solution and help those people move on to their new jobs. I think that is what I like to see in progressive governments.
Hi. Do you think it will never be possible for us to create robots that's able to love?
Robots that are able to love us and that we're able to love?
Robots that are able to love us and love each other, like love robots.
I see. There is the pretense of love, right? I think copying human emotion can be done. I think you already see little robots made by Sony and SoftBank that are pretty cute, are somewhat lovable. They exhibit somewhat human emotions, but it really isn't real. See, I think for the human, part of it is the human-human spiritual connection that's connected us and bonded us for thousands of years. It's just not there with a robot. Partly it's because we know in our hearts, even if they fake it pretty good, they're still faking it. It is not real. It is just pretending. Plus, I think even if they do a good job faking it, they're going to mess up maybe one time out of, let's say, 50. And imagine if you had a beloved boyfriend who is a robot, who's wonderful, tender, supportive, but one time out of 50, he just goes nuts and says something totally out of the blue, and it shows totally no sensibilities and no love and ridiculous. Well, will you keep that boyfriend? Probably not. So I would say the bar is pretty high for love. Right? If I have a customer service engine that makes one mistake out of 50, that's okay. If I make a loan officer that makes one mistake out of 50, that's okay. But for love, it's something that needs to be real and from the heart and eternal, and you cannot make silly mistakes that are ridiculous. So I think it's really not possible to do it on a general basis. Having said that, I have absolutely no doubt that the movie Her will come true for certain people who crave that kind of conversational, imaginative, anti-human kind of love. So there will be certain people who will fall in love with machines. There's no doubt that will happen, but I would argue it's a very small minority.